Help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. Ethan had always believed he was one of the fortunate ones. He had a devoted wife, Claire, and a simple, peaceful life in their small Boston townhouse. Their weekends were predictable in the best way, filled with shared routines and private jokes only they understood. But recently, something in Claire had changed. Her tone sometimes carried a sharper edge, and her laughter, once warm, now occasionally sounded forced or laced with something he couldn't quite name. It began harmlessly enough during a dinner with friends at a cozy little bistro. Claire casually joked about her ex, laughing as she said, "He would have never done it like this." Her words were meant to be playful, but something in the way she said them tightened something inside Ethan. He brushed it off, but the discomfort didn't go away. A week later, they had a small gathering at home with an old friend, Melanie. She was bold, lively, and always had a presence that commanded attention. As they chatted over wine, Claire made another offhand remark about her ex's taste in restaurants. Ethan laughed along, but he noticed Melanie watching him. Her smile almost suggestive, her eyes too focused. Everything felt normal until Claire stepped out to answer a call. That's when Melanie leaned in, closer than she ever had before. Her voice low, almost secretive, she whispered, "People hide more than they admit." Ethan's pulse jumped. Her tone carried intention. And then, as she walked past him, she pressed a brief kiss against his cheek. Not playful, not innocent, a message. When Claire returned, Ethan could barely focus. The hidden tension, the strange jokes, the lingering looks, it all began to form a picture he had been avoiding. The next morning, Ethan tried to appear calm. Claire acted as though nothing had changed, cheerful and carefree. But Ethan noticed the faint smirks, the slight glances she thought he wouldn't catch. Something was shifting, and he needed to understand it before reacting. Days later, at work, he couldn't get the moments out his head. Melanie's boldness wasn't new, but crossing that line meant something. And Claire's behavior, her teasing remarks, her sudden ironies, it all felt like she was pushing him, seeing how far she could go. That evening, he took Claire out to their favorite quiet restaurant. He wanted to read her, see past the surface. She laughed, talked, acted normal, but nothing felt normal to him. Then he spotted Melanie in the corner, watching him. She wasn't there by coincidence. She gave him a knowing look, silent but unmistakable. Everything clicked then. The jokes, the kiss, the signals. Claire wasn't just reminiscing. She was drifting, testing him, hiding something. And Melanie knew more than she let on. Back home that night, Ethan didn't confront Claire yet. He just watched her, memorizing the subtle tells he had ignored for weeks. The truth was standing right in front of him. It was only a matter of time before it demanded to be faced. He barely slept. By morning, he knew he couldn't keep silent. Claire was humming in the kitchen, making coffee, when he walked in with a steady determination. "We need to talk," he said. She froze slightly, hiding it with a small smile. "About what?" "Last night, Melanie, your comments. I saw everything, the kiss, the looks, all of it. And I know you've been pushing limits and hoping I wouldn't notice. Don't deny it." Claire's face paled. For a moment she tried to speak, but words failed her. "I trusted you," Ethan continued quietly, stepping forward. "But you've been playing games, testing me, pretending everything is fine while hiding things behind jokes." Claire's mask cracked. Her guilt broke through. "I didn't mean for it to get out of control. It doesn't matter what you meant," he said softly. "What matters is what you did." The silence that followed was heavy. Ethan felt the sting of betrayal, but also an unexpected clarity. The uneasy feelings, the strange comments, Melanie's bold kiss, everything made sense now. Finally, he spoke again, voice steady. "I care about what we had, but I won't stay in something where honesty is optional. I see the truth now." Claire's shoulders dropped as the reality settled over her. Ethan grabbed his jacket and paused at the door. Sometimes accepting the truth means walking away from what feels familiar. He stepped outside into the cold morning air. The sting of hurt was still there, but so was a sense of release. The lies were exposed, the pretenses shattered, and for the first time in weeks, he felt like he could breathe again. He felt the weight lifting. Not because the betrayal didn't hurt, but because he finally stopped ignoring it.